Matt-American came into my barn as a yearling, and we broke him and trained him down. Always liked him from the beginning. Real big, strong colt. Kind of thought he might be growthy and need a little bit of time, but he got to the races, and as all big horses, took a little time to come into himself. Raced 6 times and had a second and a third and paced in 54, so we thought a lot of him. Had a small hairline crack of a P1, so he had to have some time off, and then trained back this year, and here's what we are. Well, we trained him back as a 3-year-old, kind of carefully because of the injury as the 2-year-old, and it got him ready for the late closers here at the Meadows. I qualified him twice, and I really liked him a lot and knew that he was probably going to be a nice colt. Didn't know exactly where that would end up. The late closers were a good springboard for him because he got to learn some speed. Unfortunately, he didn't win as much as we would have liked, but he was always right there. And then we started going for the sire stakes, and that's where the speed started showing. We raced him, because he's such a big horse, we also raced him in a large trotting race bike. And I went to Pocono and raced him one night, and George Napolitano drove him, and he said, if you can just get one of these speed bikes on him, no telling how fast he'll go. So we talked to Mr. Key about it. Actually, Aaron Merriman has a bike like that. We put it on him here in an almost a 3 race, and he went off and won in 51-1. So we really saw a big change in his speed. And then he went to Pocono, and he's raced the last 3 times up there and paced 49 apiece every start. So he's really developed his extreme speed now. His last start was at Pocono on July 5th in the PA All-Stars, which he won and won 49-4. And he had raced 3 straight weeks at Pocono with the ship, so we had a week in between those races and the Adios Pace, which worked out good for me. I was able to give him a little bit of downtime and then train him accordingly to get him set up for this race. We drew the 5-hole in our elimination. It's a good spot for him because he does like to be forwardly placed, and behind the car is a good spot to leave here at the Meadows. You never know how the race is going to unfold. New driver, Dave Pallone. I don't think anything needs to be said about that. He knows how to get around this racetrack. And I think we're in a decent spot to have a chance to see his true race. I've been training horses for Mr. Key for maybe 7, maybe 8 years. I'm not exactly sure. And, had a good relationship with him and had a chance to train some really nice horses. He's an owner who puts everything into our sport. And that's something that we don't have enough of nowadays. It's really nice because he wants to also race in the big races. And as a trainer, there's no better feeling than knowing that your owner's behind you, wanting to get the horse to their best so that you can go race in all the best races. Matt-American is a homebred of Mr. Key's, and I actually trained his full sister, All Adorable, and she was a pretty nice filly. She won 2 stake races, but she had issues most of her life with soreness. So she never got to really probably do her utmost potential, but we knew there was a lot of speed there. Then Rich Gillock trained another brother named Matt Accardo, who was a pretty nice colt. And Matt-American is just kind of followed in the bloodlines where we're at. And Mr. Key told me the other day that he actually bred the mare to some beach somewhere, so I'm sure he's looking for big things coming there. This is a neat thing for me, and that this is the 2nd year in a row I've been in the Adios. Last year with DEW N DOUGHNUTS, another homebred, was a real big thrill. Matt-American, we raced last year Adios Day in the Arden Downs. We thought, he might be the kind of colt that could be there because he is a big, strong colt, but, it's not a given at any given time. I was lucky enough in 2005 to race with Anticipation in the Adios, so this is my 3rd time at it, and I'm sure hoping to make the final. Haven't been there yet, but hopefully we can do it this year.